Welcome to Energy Tarot Astrology and all things metaphysical. Hi, I'm Leslie Levy. And this week we're going to take a look at a tarot reading, an Astro-Tarot reading for each of the 12 signs of the Zodiac. So this will apply to you for each sign if you have your sun, ascendant or moon in that particular sign. I will also add on some tea charms as well. So let's see what the week holds in store for you. So let's begin with Aries. So if your sun, moon or ascendant is in Aries, this reading is for you. So just shuffling the cards just to see what the message is. So we'll do 3 cards today. Go. And so the first card is the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, the energy of cups is about emotions, relationships, intuition. And when we see this card upright, we can see that she is very focused on this chalice. She's gazing at it with very great intent. And so this is saying that this is someone who is emotionally intuitive and emotionally focused. But with it being upside down, it's saying to me that emotionally, Aries, for you in this coming week, you're not going to be terribly focused on your emotions. And that's pretty typical of your sign because you are cardinal fire. You're all about doing. It's more about doing and getting in there and getting things done and having adventure and being independent. And you don't really look at your emotions that deeply unless there's something else in your astrology chart that strengthens that attribute. So the start of the week for you is going to see you focusing less on how you're feeling and more about what you're doing. The second card for you, Aries. And this lack of focus on your emotional situation, your emotional well-being, is going to cause a little bit of an imbalance within a relationship. So it's a relationship with a loved one or a relationship with a friend or a family member. But with the Two of Cups reversed here, it's saying to me that emotionally things are not in balance with another person, and it could create some tension and some friction that you might need to deal with. The third card, as you move towards the end of the week, it is about looking at this from the bigger picture. Whatever it is that you're not focusing on emotionally, that is bringing you out of balance with another person and causing some tension, some friction, you really need to look at the big picture and see what action. Now, you're an action person, Aries, so you really need to see what big picture actions you need to take to rectify this situation. Let's add some charms for each card. And so on the first card, we've got the horse. The horse is all about messages that come in quickly. So I think you're going to find very quickly a response to not focusing on how you're feeling and not focusing on the feelings of others. It's going to be brought to your attention very, very quickly this week. Now, here we have the elephant and the coat hanger. So the elephant, what's happening around these emotions that you're not facing, this emotional tension with another person, it goes back to the past because elephants have long memories. So this is an issue, an emotional issue from the past that is still not resolved, that is not being addressed. And the coat hanger is saying, come on, take it out of the closet, bring it into the light, face it and deal with it. And the last 2 charms for looking at the bigger picture and seeing what actions you need to take, we've got Sagittarius, and that's a fire energy. It's mutable fire. So this is saying that you need to be adaptable in how you approach this with the person. You need to be flexible in how you deal with them. And we've got the bat here, and the bat is about having a laser focus. So you need to be flexible yet focused on dealing with this unresolved emotional situation with another person that is going to come to light very quickly. It's going to come to the surface very, very quickly. So you really do have the opportunity to resolve it. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, you are fixed earth. This means that you're steady, solid, reliable, and unfortunately at times you can be somewhat stubborn. Let's have a look and see what this week holds for you. We'll do 3 cards again. And the first card for you, Taurus, is the week is off to a great start. It's all happy families, everything's going well, everyone's having a good time. Emotionally, everything is looking really, really joyful and happy. As you move through the week, things are going to change. There's going to be some new perspectives. We've got the Hanged Man here. The Hanged Man is about looking at things from a different perspective. It's looking at things in a new way. But it's also not just about looking at things in a new way. It's also sort of just hanging in limbo as well. So although the week's going to start off really good, there is going to something that's going to happen that is going to make you look at things in a new way, but you don't need to act on them straight away, which is good for you, Taurus, because you like to take your time before you take action on something. And so you really need to think about this new perspective, this new way of seeing things before you take action on it. And the third card for you is that's going to continue through to the rest of the week. We've got Death reversed. Now, death is not what the card says. It's not about death. Death is about change. It's about transformation. So the fact that it's upside down is saying to me that when you see this new perspective and you just take some time to contemplate and ponder upon it, that is going to take you through the rest of the week. You're going to stay focused on this new perspective. Let's add some charms and see what we have for you. A couple for each card. So on the first card, we've got the wolf and we've got the elephant. So for you, Taurus, although you're very happy being around people and everything is fine with the family, it is at the start of the week looking at what you need to do for you, having some time out for you. And we've got the elephant again. Now the elephant, before I mentioned it was about going down memory lane, memories from the past. But elephant is also about caring and nurturing. Elephants are very caring, nurturing family creatures. And so this is saying that, it's time to stand back and look at your family as a whole. Look at how the family has worked in the past, how it has worked well to get to this point, and how can you take this forward even more. With this new perspective that is going to come into play during the week, we've got the anchor and the bellows. So the anchor is about taking this new thought, this new way of looking at your family life and really earthing it and grounding it. Now, Taurus, you're fixed earth, so you are good at grounding things. So for you, it is about manifesting this new perspective that you see and giving it a bit of fire. The bellows fire things up. So you need to put a bit of energy into this, not just observing it, although you need time to contemplate before you take action, but you need to get the energy there to start grounding it, to start manifesting it later on in the week. And finally, we have the fish and we have the sign of Aries. So keeping this perspective in mind, getting motivated, but being grounded, ready to manifest it, towards the end of the week, it's going to pay off if you take some action. So the latter part of the week is about taking action on this new perspective around something to do with your family, and it is going to prove to be very abundant because we've got the fish here. So it is going to work out for you. So all in all, Taurus, for you, great start to the week, a new idea, a new outlook that you're going to manifest, and that's going to bring great rewards as well. Let's take a look at Gemini. What does the week hold for you, Gemini? You're mutable air, so you're a quick thinker. You're quick with your communication as well. You speak rather fast. You like to socialize. You have lots of interests. So let's see what the cards say for you this week, Gemini. There you go. And the first card for you, your week is off to a great start as well. We have the Ace of Wands. So there is a real opportunity coming your way this week, an opportunity that you will need to take action on. Now it's big, it's not something small, it's something really, really big that's going to get you fired up. It's going to get that Gemini brain working overtime. So let's see how this new opportunity will progress as the week goes on. We have Three of Pentacles reversed. So this is saying to me that don't rush in. You need to take a little bit of time. Yes, you've got to start taking action, but it doesn't have to be completed this week. Remember, when we have big new opportunities, we need to generally take a bit more time to see them come into fruition. And also, you need to be careful that it doesn't get lost in your mind. You've got so many things going on in your head that sometimes it is hard for you to physically manifest them. So this Three of Pentacles being reversed is telling me not to get into your head, not to get stuck in your head, but to start taking some action, to start building on this new opportunity. As you move towards the end of the week, if you do this, it's all looking really good. We have the sun here, so it's all joy and happiness. Gemini, can I borrow your star sign for this week? It is looking good. Now let's add some charms and get a bit more information and see what we have. So we have the bells and we have the dragon. So the dragon is reinforcing this wands, this Ace of Wands energy, because wands are a fire energy. It's about motivation, enthusiasm, taking action. And then we've got the dragon. And so this is saying that this opportunity, you're going to bring your power to it. You're going to bring your energy to it and bring that very witty mind to it as well. And we have the bells. So it is going to come loud. It's going to come strong because bells are about big announcements. So I feel at the beginning of the week, there's going to be a big announcement about a new opportunity, and you've got the power and will to make it happen. And then we've got the scales and we have the sewing machine. So in terms of starting to put this together so it doesn't just stay in your mind, you've got to find balance between working through the idea and taking action on how to produce it, how to make it happen. And that's where the sewing machine comes into play. Gemini, it's really easy for you when you get scattered, for your energy to get scattered, for your ideas to get scattered. So as you move through the week with this new opportunity, this big new announcement of an idea that's coming your way, you do really need to spend the time to piece it together, to make it whole, rather than scattered thoughts all over the place. And finally, we've got the giraffe and we've got the fish for you as well. So as you get to the end of the week, if you work on all the bits and pieces, keep it balanced, you'll end up seeing the big picture of how it's all going to work, and you will see how it is all going to come to fruition in a very positive, prosperous and abundant way. Moving on to the sign of Cancer, which is the energy of cardinal water. So you're good at starting things. You're good with new emotions, new feelings. You live from your heart. Everything is driven by heart energy. Family and home are so important to you. Let's see what your cards say for this week. First card, we've got the Page of Wands. So you're going to start this week taking a bit of a measurement. You're going to be measuring up, where am I at the moment? Because you can see he's assessing this wand, how tall is it? So I feel you're going to start out this week assessing where you're at and what new things you want to add on, what small new changes you want to make as you go through this week. And as you go through this week, Cancer, everyone sees your soft, nurturing energy, but most people don't see that cardinal side of you too often. And that is going to come to light this week with this Five of Swords. So please be careful about how you challenge people this week, about this assessment that you're doing. How you challenge people. You don't want people to feel less than. You don't want to feel missing out. You're going to feel like you've won. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work for you. You need to take other people into consideration. And normally you do. But when you do get a fire lit under you, sometimes you can forget about how others are feeling because you're focusing on your own emotions so much. And then towards the end of the week, things are going to slow down for you. Your confidence is going to come down a little bit. We've got the Chariot reversed. Now with the Chariot upright, normally you'd be going in a straight line, but that's not the way that Cancer operates. your symbol is the crab, and crabs always get to their destination by moving sideways. So for you, you're going to continue with that Cancer-like approach of not going direct for what you want, but taking some side roads to get there, and that's going to slow things down. Let's try some charms for each of the cards for you, Cancer. All right, so we've got the elephant. Oh, elephant seems to be a bit of a theme this week so far. So we've got the elephant and we've got the mushroom. So while you're assessing where things are at for you, you've got a tendency to go down memory lane. Cancer energy is very sentimental. So going to the past, going to emotional things that have happened in the past and using that as though they're happening in the present can be a little bit of a danger area for you. So you don't want to fall into the trap of, while you're looking at where things are at and assessing where things are at, you don't want to fall into the trap of looking back on past toxic relationships or past things that have been hidden that you've never understood, or, you know, you're trying to work out. It is for you about letting go of the past and looking and assessing as you move towards the future. Now, as the week moves on, we've got the pipe and we've got the lion. So I feel that in relationship to assessing where you're at and what new things you want to begin this week, it is a good idea to talk to someone that you trust. The pipe here usually represents someone who's older, someone who's wiser, almost like someone who could be a mentor for you. So it would be important to talk to that person. And it is about you getting courageous. You know, we've got the lion here. And it is about finding your inner strength and your inner courage. Once again, people have a tendency to see the soft side of you, but there is an inner strength that you have, Cancer, with that cardinal energy. And you will need to draw on it as you go through this week, looking at this new thing, so that you don't come off as being the winner at other people's expense. And finally, we have the handcuffs and we have the bloom. So I'm reading these together. There's a word typed on the handcuffs, it's freedom. And so what I'm seeing is, even though you're going to be going sideways to get to where you want to be this week and doing it slowly and not being direct, it is going to release tension. It is going to work out for you. You're going to feel more free, and the tensions from this middle part of the week are going to release and ease off. So the end of the week is going to end a little more softly and gently, which very much suits your Cancer nature. The next sign we're going to do a reading for is a Leo, fixed fire. So Leo, you're there for the long haul. Your fire burns continuously. You have lots of energy. On the surface, you're very confident. You like being around people. Let's see what the week holds for you. 3 cards for you, Leo. Okay. First card for you, Leo. Oh, we're beginning the week with some romance. If you're in a relationship already, then this is looking really good for the relationship at the start of the week. If you're looking for love, then this is looking very, very promising as well. The thing I like about this Lovers card, when I look at it in terms of relationships, it's about a balanced relationship. It's an equal relationship, which is really, really lovely. So the week is looking very good for romance. That's a good time to go out on a date, cook a nice romantic meal, have some close time together. As the week progresses, it's going to get a little quiet for you. Knight of Wands reversed. This is a card of being seen when it's upright. If we have a look at it turned up the other way, you know, he's rearing up his horse, he's ready to go and he's ready to be seen and be out there. But things are going to quieten down for you a little bit, Leo, during the week. I want to get to about the middle of the week. And for you, that's a little bit unusual and can make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because you like to be out there. You like to be seen. You like to be with people. But there is a need for some quiet time around the middle of the week for you to just rejuvenate, to get back in balance again. And then towards the end of the week, by taking some time out and taking a little bit of a retreat, it's going to help you see things from a new perspective with this Hanged Man card here. So it is going to give you time for inner reflection rather than thinking and looking and feeling outwards. It's about going inwards, looking at what's going on within you that you can see from a different perspective. And you're starting from a very good base with this lovely romance love card at the start of the week. Let's add some charms for you. All right, so we've got the fish, we've got the mushroom. So at the start of the week with this Lovers card, with everything romantically looking very good, it is an opportunity. We've got the fish here, and it is a golden opportunity for you to bring up some of the deeper things that have been hidden with this mushroom. It's a time for you to open up your heart a little bit more to your significant other, or to be a little bit more vulnerable to others with whom you are in a relationship. You know, while I talk about this being a romance card, sometimes it can be a loving family relationship as well. It's not just necessarily about romantic love, although that's my feeling for you this week. But it is about bringing up the deeper stuff that maybe perhaps you don't normally talk about when it comes to your feelings. And then for the middle of the week, by going in quietly, we've got the man and we've got the archway. The archway is representative of a new path, a new way forward, a new opportunity. And the shorts represent male or a male energy. So I feel that having some quiet time, and what's coming to me now is taking time for inner reflection, but having some quiet time with your significant other is going to be really important for you this week, rather than being out and about with lots of people. And that's going to open up a new aspect to your relationship, especially if you've taken the trouble to talk about some of the things that have been sort of hidden deep in your heart, and allowing yourself to be a little more vulnerable. And this is really going to bring this new perspective to the relationship. The loyalty, the dog here, the loyalty and support that you'll have from your partner is most definitely there. And, you know, moving forward with this relationship, it isn't going to be a walk in the park. The camel, it takes effort for the camel to get to the other side of the desert. But you've got all you need within this relationship to move forward steadily with the support for you, for your partner, working together. And this is a relationship that by the end of the week is going to look really stable. So we're starting off with nice romantic, maybe doing a bit of a reveal, a little bit of vulnerability and deep talk. That's going to open up a new way of being in this relationship, and that's going to really see a steady growth, because you'll be seeing yourself and your significant other from a new perspective. Moving on now to the sign of Virgo. Virgo, you are mutable earth. You're practical. You're terrific with details. But on the downside, you can be a little bit overly critical of yourself. You can be a little bit of a worrywart, but you're fantastic at keeping things in order, and you're practical, and you do like change, but you prefer to take it slowly. Whereas other signs that have that mutable energy, like mutable fire, they like to do things and love change that happens quickly. But you like it to be a little slower, a little bit more steady. Let's see what your cards are. And we have King of Cups reversed. So you're going to start off with this week not feeling so emotionally secure within yourself. You know, kings are in charge. They are the masters. And the King of Cups, when he's upright, is someone who has mastered their emotions, or they're in charge of their emotions. So the fact that this card is reversed is saying to me that you're going to feel a little emotionally unstable, a little bit emotionally insecure and out of sorts. And that's going to be hard for you to take, because you like things to be orderly, to be steady, to be logical. So these emotions are going to be a little bit hard for you to deal with this week. As you move through the week, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. And these emotions are going to surface as you go through the week. And they're going to surface in a more uncontrolled way, which is going to be really uncomfortable for you. But, you know, I'm really thinking that for you, letting loose with your emotions sometimes is really good for you, Virgo, to get it out rather than keeping it all inside. Empty that cup of emotion, get it out there and deal with it. And then towards the end of the week, we've got 10 of Pentacles reversed. So towards the end of the week, it isn't about getting back into your normal way of doing things. Don't ignore these emotions. Don't have the emotional outburst or bring it all to the surface and then forget about it. It is about looking at why this has happened, what you can do about it. And then with this 10 of Pentacles reversed, it's about not falling back into old habits, the old ways of being. This emotionally is a great opportunity for you this week. Let's check out some charms and see what we've got. Gee, we've got the mushroom coming up a lot this week as well. Interesting, lots of hidden things coming to the surface. And we've got the bumblebee. Now, this is saying to me that with these emotions that are going to feel uncomfortable for you, don't cover them up by trying to stay busy with that busy bee. Don't cover it up. Don't hide the emotions. Don't run away from them by making yourself busy doing the day-to-day things. These are emotions that you really need to face. We have here the tent and we have the angel. And so this is about you starting to trust your intuition. This is about you going within. It's not about necessarily talking emotionally to others about what you're feeling. It is about you being open with yourself about how you're feeling, recognizing these emotions, bringing them to the surface, but doing it in a quiet, contemplative way on your own with the tent. And using your intuition, which is a little bit hard for you, Virgo, because you like the practicalities. So it is about trusting your own feelings and taking some time out to really recognize what they are and what they mean for you. And then when you get to the end of the week, we've got the moon and we've got the dog again. And this is once again saying, don't fall back into old habits. Really continue on with using your intuition, being loyal and trusting to your own intuition and starting to bring that into your life a little bit more this week. Moving on to Libra. And remember, the reading for you is applicable if you have your sun, moon, or ascendant in the particular star sign. So Libra, your cardinal air. So you're a lot more logical than people realize. You're very good at being there for others. You can be quite self-sacrificing when it comes to others if you're not careful. And let's see what the week holds for you. So the first card for you, oh, we've got the Lovers for you as well. How interesting. So it's all about love. And, you know, relationships are really important to you, Libra, particularly a significant other. That's where you find your balance. You find your balance through others because Libran energy, we've got the symbol of the scales. And it's not so much that you're always in harmony or always in balance. It's about you seeking balance. You need harmony. That's what brings you balance. That's what brings you peace. And so for this week, it looks like for you, the emotions are going to be in balance between you and someone else. And then we have the King of Swords. So this is now bringing in, as we go through the week, you've got some big decisions to make this week around how you're feeling. And we've got the King of Swords. Now, swords are about logic, thinking, decision-making, communication, study. And the king, he knows how to make a decision. He knows how to be fair. He knows how to be practical. He knows how to be objective. And so for you, when you get to around about the middle of the week, there's going to be a decision that you need to make. And you're going to have to do it from your head, not your heart. But because you're cardinal air, air energy is the same as swords. Swords is the suit of air. So it is about a logical decision that you're going to need to make. Know that you can stand in your own power and make that decision. And then as you get to the end of the week, look, it's not going to be a hugely abundant week for you. Creativity is going to be a little bit low with this Empress reversed, but you know, it's not going to be horrible either. It's going to be about taking the logical approach. It's going to be using your head, not your heart. And it is about not being too creative. It's about the facts. Use the facts. Don't use creativity when it comes to making this decision. And as you move to the end of week you'll see the results of that. Let's have a look at some charms for you. Libran energy. All right, so we've got Amazonite crystal and we have the clogs. So what this is saying to me in regard to your relationship with others, or with one significant other in particular, is that Amazonite is about the throat chakra. Amazonite is about speaking the truth. So it is time to speak honestly with this person, but doing it in a fun way. We've got the clogs. Clogs are about kicking up your heels and having fun. So this is saying to me that the start of the week is actually going to be quite light-hearted. You can still speak your truth, but you can do it in a fun way, and it's going to be a light-hearted start to the week. When it comes to making this decision that you have to make this week, we've got the giraffe. So you are going to have to look at it from a big picture perspective, because this decision also involves another person. Now we've got the dress here, so that represents either a female or a more feminine energy. So whoever this person is, whatever the decision is that you need to make, you're involving them. They're part of that decision. So you need to look at it from their perspective as well as your own. And because you are Libran, you are great at seeing things from different perspectives. You're great at seeing the other person's point of view. So in coming to this decision, that Libran energy of yours will stand you in good stead. And then towards the end of the week, we've got the mouse and we've got the mermaid. So mice, what do? They scurry around really quickly. So it's not going up the right way. Let me put it down here. There we go. They scurry, they take things bit by bit, they do little things at a time. They eat that little block of cheese in tiny weeny little pieces and they take away. So towards the end of the week, you've got to be really careful that no one takes away from you, because we've got the mermaid. Towards the end of the week, you might want to go quiet again, because things aren't sort of being as creative as you would normally like. But it is making sure you're still seen, that you're still doing what you need to do, and let no one take it away from you. Let no one eat away at you, if that makes sense. Now let's look at Scorpio. You know, Scorpio, you get a bit of a hard rap at times because everybody sees the jealousy, the revengeful energy. But you know, Scorpios are highly protective. You're great at protecting loved ones. You're very deep emotionally. You're very private, and so people can sometimes mistake that as you being a little bit distant, a little bit aloof. Now let's see what the week holds for you. So we have the Page of Swords. So for you, Scorpio, it is about getting into your head a little bit more this week. Swords are being the air energy, the thinking, the logic, the ideas, the planning. And pages are representative of small new beginnings. So I feel for you that it is about starting to think about things in a new way for you as well this week. I feel that there's something that you need to plan. Start planning for some new small thing. But you're looking to the past, and see that he's looking backwards here. So don't look to the past when you're looking at planning this new project. Make sure that you're looking in the present and looking to the future, not taking from the past. As the week continues on, things are going to be nice and fair and even and equal for you. You're going to be justified in starting this new project and starting to plan for this small new project, and it is going to work out for you because we get a fair response. When we have justice, we have fairness of judgment. And then towards the end of the week, nothing will be taken away from you. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. When it's upright, you can see he's taking away the swords, he's stealing them, hoping you won't get caught. But for you, Scorpio, at the end of the week, nothing will be taken away from you. So you can feel confident about starting this new small plan, this new small project. Let's add on some charms for you. So we've got the frog and the fish. So in order for this plan, this new project to be successful, you need to have a leap of faith. You need to take a leap of faith on it and not get too caught up in the emotions around it. as the week continues, whilst everything's going to work out really, really well, you need to make a commitment not to be too bitey with other people. We've got the vampire teeth and the ring. So you need to make sure that you don't get too bitey with other people when you're talking about this, because it is all going to be fine. It is all going to work out. And we've got the tent again. So this is saying that it is, don't talk about this project too much yet, because you may feel that you have to defend yourself. Keep it to yourself for now until it is more fleshed out. And finally, even though no one's going to take away from you when you get on with this project, you need to untangle some of the complexities of it. You need to work out where to take it, how to do it, rather than just jumping in. And you need to have a laser-like focus, because we've got the bat here. So you need to be fully focused on this as you move through the week. Now, this week's reading for the sign of Sagittarius. So you are mutable fire. Lots of energy, very mutable, so very adaptable. You like doing lots of different things, but Sagittarius, you've got to be a little bit careful about not wearing yourself out. You kind of all stop or all go, nothing really in between. So you always need to be a little bit aware of your energy and how you're using it. All right, let's have a look at the cards for you for the week. So the first card. So you're feeling pretty content at the start of the week. Everything seems to be lined up. Everything seems to be going well. And you're feeling super, super content. And you think, yeah, it's going to be an easy week. Let's see if that's going to be the case as the week moves on. I do see as the week moves on that you're going to have to focus on what's bothering you. You're going to have to focus on some emotional issues that are bothering you, and you need to work out how you can move from these upsetting emotional issues into calmer waters. So whilst everything is looking emotionally, because remember, cups are about emotions, everything's looking emotionally good at the start of the week, very content, very happy, very easygoing. I've got everything I want. Don't get too smug about it, because there is something that's going to come up in the middle of the week that is going to upset you emotionally, and you're going to have to think about, how can I move through it? How can I move forward with it? And it wouldn't be a bad idea if you could speak to someone that you trust about it, who can maybe guide you to think more clearly, so that you don't get caught up in the emotions. And then towards the end of the week, things are looking a bit better for you. You will get through this and you'll find a new way. We've got the Page of Pentacles here. So the page is about doing small new things, taking small new actions. It's about the practical things in life. And Sagittarius, sometimes you're not as practical as perhaps you need to be. So the good news is that even though you start feeling good, something happens that upsets you, but you get some good advice to help you move through it, it means that towards the end of the week, on a physical and material and practical level, you're ready to start again. Let's add some charm. And let's see what we have. So for the beginning of the week, we've got the snake and we've got the bird. So what I think is going to happen for you is starting off the week feeling really comfortable, but there's going to be a bit of talk, a little bit of sneaky talk behind your back, and you're going to find out about it, and that's what's going to upset you. It's not about letting other people's talk or opinions affect you negatively. You need to stand in your own power around that, because we have we've got no control over other people, their opinions, what they talk about, what they say. It's how we react to it that's important. So as you move through the week, you're going to feel a little bit tied. We've got the handcuffs here, and you're going to feel a little bit bound. And oh my gosh, Sagittarians do hate their freedom in any form, whether it be thought, action, feeling, being taken away from them. And it is going to irritate you. But if you can get some wise advice from someone that can help you move forward emotionally, we've got the oyster here, and we've got the pearl in the oyster. So from this irritation, you're going to gain some wisdom that you can use moving forward in a practical way. And then for the end of the week, where there's a new way of being, a new way of doing the practicalities, we have the rocking horse, and we have the feather. And it is about maybe just getting back, not being childish, but getting back into that childlike, optimistic outlook that Sagittarians have. You know, this isn't going to last very long. And the feather is about messages. So I feel that towards the end of the week, you're going to get some information that is going to allow you to go back to that childlike optimism and wonderment that is a part of your energy. Now we're looking at the star sign of Capricorn, or the moon in Capricorn, or the ascendant in Capricorn. Capricorn, your cardinal earth. You're really good with strategy. You're really good at seeing the big picture. You're also very good at organizing. Structure is really, really important for you. All right, let's have a look. 3 cards. And the first card is, the week is not going to start out too great for you, Capricorn. You're going to feel a little bit out in the cold, figuratively speaking. You're going to feel like normally you're in the throes, you follow the rules, you follow the policies, you do everything that you're supposed to do. You don't like breaking the rules, but it's not working for you at the start of the week in very practical ways, because we've got the pentacles here. So the week is going to start off on a bit of a low for you. Let's move on to the middle of the week. But the middle of the week, you're going to find yourself again with the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to get back on the horse. You're going to get back in charge again. And you're going to do it from a more nurturing perspective. I feel that there's a little bit of a lesson that is being learned for you this week, that, you know, this feeling of being a little bit of an outcast is a bit of a revelation for you, because normally you don't feel that way. But you're actually going to learn from it, and it's going to bring you more wisdom and help you to better understand others who maybe don't fit within the normal rules, who maybe like to be a little bit outside the box. And you're going to understand them and have more of a nurturing outlook towards them. And then for the end of the week, you're going to find your own strength again. You're going to stand in that strength, but it's going to be a soft, compassionate strength. You know, you don't have to be hard to be strong. You can be compassionate and strong. You can be gentle and strong. And that's the lesson for you this week, is to learn compassion and strength as a combined thing. They're not mutually exclusive. Let's have a look at some charms for you. Okay, so the start of the week, we've got the handcuffs for you as well. You're not used to feeling out in the cold, and you're going to feel really tired and bound, and you really don't know what to do. You don't know how to move forward with this. However, as you get to the middle of the week, if you lighten up, we've got the clogs again, we've got the snake, and we've got the angel. So in this case, I think if you can shed that skin of the rule follower, liking to be in charge of the rules, setting boundaries, if you can just, like a snake, shed that skin and start anew, kick up your heels, have a little bit of fun this week, that will really make a difference. And trust your feelings, trust your intuition with that angel there, and you'll find that you'll get in a whole lot better as the week progresses on. And then finally, we've got the horse, we've got the shorts, and we've got the hanger. So as we move towards the end of the week, you're really learning compassion and strength being something that you can work on together, as opposed to being totally opposite ways of being. You're going to get some news from a male energy, or from a man, that is going to help you open up this compassionate strength even more, with the hanger coming out of the closet. So all in all, Capricorn, and not a good start to the week, but hey, if you kick your heels up, try and shed that skin of working within the rules all the time, trusting your intuition a little bit more, and then you're going to get some good news that is going to open up this compassion, strength and compassion, this gentle way of being, this gentle strength that you have within you. Looking at the star sign of Aquarius now. So Aquarius, you're fixed air. So again, you're good at the maintenance. You're there for the long haul. And that's around your thinking. Air is about thinking, ideas, planning. So you like to be organized, but you also are quite innovative as well as an energy. And you're very, very good at doing things in groups. You like to learn in groups rather than on your own. Let's see what the cards are for you. Here we go. Big start to your week in a very practical way. There's going to be a very big practical opportunity coming your way. There's going to be something big and new that you will be beginning, and it is a practical thing. So it's not just an idea, it's about you actually taking action on it. As you move through the week, this is going to open up a new way of thinking for you, because Aquarius, you know, sometimes you can get so fixed in your ideas that you can't see things in a new way. Even though you're innovative, once you've formed an opinion about something, you like to hold on to it, you like to stick to it. So this new practical opportunity is really going to open up to a new way of thinking about it, a new way forward. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I see that this is an opportunity that is not going it's not going to come to fruition quickly. It's going to take you quite some time. So make sure you're in it for the long haul. And the fact that you have fixed energy says that you can see it through. Let's add some charms. All right, so we've got the bat and we've got the giraffe. So, yep, for you, around this new physical thing that you're going to be doing, it is about having a laser-like focus, looking at it from the big picture. And you are good at seeing the big picture as well. So, but you need to be focused on it. Don't be distracted. But once you do fix your mind on something, you do achieve it. That's really good news. And then kicking up your heels a little bit for you. Lots of people needing to kick up their heels regardless of their star sign this week with those clogs. And it is about you talking it through with other people, this new project, getting other people's ideas, getting their perspectives, but doing it in a light-hearted way over a cuppa rather than taking the formal sit down and have a meeting approach. And then at the end of the week with the ring and the acorn, you will have made a commitment. You will have made a commitment to really grow this new opportunity, this new project into physical reality. And finally, we have the star sign of Pisces. Pisces, mutable water, gentle, ethereal, emotional, intuitive, can be very self-sacrificing. Let's see what the week holds for you. Can be a little bit too dreamy at times, Pisces. But that's okay, because it also means you have a great imagination. So you're going to start the week with a celebration. We've got the Three of Cups here. So this is a week for you celebrating with others. Not for any particular reason, just for the sheer joy of it. Just allowing yourself to get out and be with like-minded souls. And in your case, I will say like-feeling souls, because you do resonate to the emotions of others. You're very empathetic in that regard. But a really good start to the week with some celebrating. And then as the week continues on, we've got Three of Pentacles reversed. So this is not a week for you to spend a lot of energy building on things. When this card is upright, we can see that we have the clients with the master craftsman and they're looking at renovating. So when we see it upside down, this is not a time in the middle of the week to make any changes to what you're already doing. Just keep going with whatever it is that you've already begun. And then at the end of the week, no surprises for you towards the end of the week. It looks pretty good, pretty stable for you. You've got the Page of Cups reversed. This is a card of creativity. It's a card of surprises and the unexpected. So as you go through the week, it's going to start off with some celebrations, some fun with friends. It is about just continuing on as you have been and not trying to make too many changes. And that way you won't have anything unexpected coming your way that can throw you off balance. And let's do some charms. other one. Okay, so we've got the dog and we've got the teapot. And that's just confirming that starting off the week, it is about getting out and about, celebrating with some friends who are loyal to you and to whom you are loyal, and just getting together over a cuppa or cocktails or something, but just having some fun to get the week off to a good start. Continuing on during the week, you love change as well, being mutable energy, but it's your emotions that are highly changeable. And so, trying to just stick to the seemingly boring every day, which can be hard for you because you like to use your imagination, you like to be creative, but it is about taking a leap of faith and knowing sticking to the practicalities this week is really important. And we've got the cane here, so that means that there is support there for you in sticking it out with these practicalities, being level-headed rather than just going on your emotions or on your intuition. And then at the end of the week, although there's nothing unexpected happening, there is going to result in a couple of opportunities with the cherries. And we have the baby's rattle here. So when these two opportunities come up, it is going to shake you up a little bit because you're not quite sure which one to choose. So that's where you want to go back to the practical, make a practical decision about these two choices that are going to come your way at the end of the week. I do hope the readings will be of help to you this week. I would love to hear what has worked for you and what hasn't by placing a comment in the comments box below. Until next time, namaste.